Well, hello. And I hope that my audio is okay. I did not plug in the microphone. I said, honey, let's jump on what we need to jump on to and keep it moving. How are y'all doing today? I hope y'all doing good, honey. So, of course, honey, I want to stop by here. Come on in here, Jay. And I'm ready for this midnight mess on death. I know, honey. Wait till it pops out. Yes, honey. Wait till it comes out. Okay, come on here, Charlie L. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. So listen, I want to stop by here and I wanted to talk about some very important things. Come on in here, Ariel and Norma. Yes, honey. Listen, Norma, we hope you are well out there in Florida, honey. We know that Ian is fucking up some shit or he fucked up some shit, honey. Okay? We hope you are well and sending blessings to you and yours. So I'm about to stop by today, y'all. I want to talk about something that I think is very, very important. And I think that's the discussion of fear. And I think it's the discussion of ungratefulness and a fear of not having enough or thoughts of not having enough, which creates, scarcity, which creates a whole bunch of other shit. And so I want to leave you with some things as we discuss these topics because they're very, very important. Um, Dealing with people every day, people are always concerned about something, right? Um, I tell you, I get so bad for me because going into people, and maybe this is just my thing, right? Like I get so stuck on when people say they're spiritual, I tend to hold them accountable for what I believe spirituality is, right? What I believe being spiritual is. So when someone comes across and they say they're spiritual, the first thing I think is this is somebody who's like a regular Jane or John, right? Who literally got some type of healing for the trauma that they dealt with because we've all dealt with trauma. And now they're coming forward in this world as the beacon of light that they were created to be, right? A loving, nurturing healer. And when people say they're spiritual and they don't present that, that disturbs me. It makes me, cringe because I just could not think past the um, idea of this person is coming to be spiritual, this person is coming to be hereditary, ancestral, however these terms go nowadays. Um, and I'm just not seeing it. I'm not seeing the new them show up and show out. I'm seeing the trauma, I'm seeing the past life issues show up and show out. And then also, that's not really the issue. It's them not wanting to get them resolved, right? Them being comfortable in that. And so going into that, like I said, I tend to hold people responsible for the words that they speak, right? What they say about themselves, because everything is proclamation, right? People could give you titles, but if you do not accept that title, that's not your title. And so people will say that they're spiritual and they're insightful and that they're gifted and spirits talk to them and they have the vision of ABCDFEFG, but they cannot see past the present moment, right? The living in the moment. They cannot see past the here and now. And the reason why the here and now is so powerful because you have power over the here and now. Here and now is saying to yourself that you are in control of everything that happens in your life. And I'm telling this from experience that this is so true. Every experience that we have attracted to us. Even when we were kids and we were not conscious of this, these experiences that we attracted to us was past life trauma bleeding into this life, and we're forced to face it to resolve it. So going into the whole thing about, oh, I feel sorry for such and such, and I give sympathy for such and such, it's really fake. Okay, it's really some type of mind control, as I was mentioned before. We could definitely have compassion for people when they're going through things, but they have to want to get out of that. And if they choose not to get out of that, there's nothing we can do about it. We have to keep it moving, keeping it fresh, keeping it good. Okay, and Param. So listen, three things. Fear. Okay, like you said, there's a lot going on TikTok. There's a lot going on IG. A lot going on, on Facebook. That's the only way I get my news and shit is from Facebook, honey. I don't get on all those other platforms because it'd be full of shit. But on uh you know nowadays people are concerned about a lot of stuff, a shortage of this, a shortage of that, and two people actually got offended by what I said. I said one thing is, the public news is not my news, and then secondly, everybody does not lose. When there's a situation that arises, somebody has to win. And so I think about the bigger picture, right? I think about the bigger picture. Someone, somehow, somewhere owns everything that we use, from the food companies to the companies that move the food. Like somebody somewhere owns these companies and these businesses, right? From the trucking to the shipping to the trains, et cetera, et cetera. So when people are putting out certain news, first I look at who and what these people are. Is this a stay-at-home mom? Is this somebody who actually went to school for economics? Is this actually some type of financial expert who went from being in the hood, the gully, to now they're in the suburbs because they learned how to financially get themselves from zero to a million? Like, I look at all this stuff, and this person looks like an average Joe, someone who is, allegedly going through the fire, and they're just giving out their opinions. Once again, I'm like, who is sponsoring this? Who's standing behind this? What is the purpose of this? And sometimes it may not even be a company in particular, but there's definitely a spirit, there's definitely an energy behind it. And so I choose not to subscribe to that. And I choose to go back to the here and now, right? I choose to go back to, I'm in control of what I experience right here, right now. And I choose to interpret things the way that I choose to interpret it. So when people are saying that there's a shortage of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it might be a shortage of something I don't even need anyway. Like, I don't really give a damn about meat. No shade. So anyway, so going into that, you picking being defeated, you picking the bad side, not the bad side, but the negative aspect of things will create things, right? It will create the negative aspect of things. What you choose to believe in, what you choose to subscribe to, okay, is ultimately what your reality is going to become. And I sometimes feel like I be preaching to the walls. That's how I'm really deal with people, because I'm like, where I'm at right here, right now, emotionally, physically, spiritually, energetically, like it took work to get here, right? A everyday thing. It wasn't like today I feel like doing it because I'm bored. Maybe I'll wait until next month when the this happened, that happened, to get into it. Like, it has been an everyday process for me since I was 14 years old. Every single day. And of course, I told y'all before, for a year or two, I, ran from it. I said, no, this is not me. No, it is the devil. Oh, this is a lie. Because, of course, the beehive mindset had me to believe that. They were trying to get me to believe that, oh, honey, the way you thinking has to be from the devil. That is not of God. And so, now moving into the area and dealing with people, and with me elevating, very few people are also elevating with me that I deal with in my personal life. Like, I'm seeing them rejoicing, I'm seeing their mindset change, their emotions change, but very few are not. And so, like I said, when we have conversations, I really feel bland and bored, because I'm like, these conversations are not hitting me like they used to. These conversations are not, they're not awakening anything. Like, it's garbage. Like, it's rhetoric, it's stuff that you're hearing other people say, and it's boring to me. And even seeing these people that believe in that, that's spiraling in that, it's like they're sick with something. And if it's not a physical sickness, it's an emotional sickness. It's not an emotional sickness, it's an energetic sickness. And I'm proof of point in theory right now too. Um, Going into experience that I had dealing with someone that I feel like is stuck within their own mind. Like, y'all, I literally was good and fine before I connected with them. And literally, I'm like, hey, let me reach out, let me connect. And as soon as I got on this phone, I start feeling my sinuses acting up. Like they started acting up, y'all, right? Like the heaviness in the sinuses. And then literally after that, I start feeling like a light headache. And it was moving from like the front to the back. And I was like, wait a minute, is this what a migraine feel like? Because I've never had a migraine. So I was like, is this what a migraine feel like? And then I was thinking, like, where the fuck did this migraine come from? Because yeah, like what? I was just fine for like my whole damn day, and all of a sudden, bam, y'all. When I ended that connection, mysteriously, that headache, the stuff that I was feeling, left. So I was able to continue on with my day and do my duties because I really was like, damn. Like when I get home, I'm gonna have to relax because, ooh, girl, I guess I'm overdoing myself. Girl, bye. So going into that person who I was dealing with definitely have some type of blockage, and I definitely think they're worrying a lot. They're thinking a lot. So I said, what better way to come out today and to share with people some techniques that I use to keep me worry free, fear free, and to also keep me afloat because our thoughts create things because our mind is everywhere. Our mind is not just inside of our head. Our mind is in everything. When we look at something, that is our mind. When you look at a man, a woman, a boy, a girl, a TV, a screen, a dog, a cat, the weather, this is your mind reflecting back to you something that's going on in the inside. And this is why certain people don't get certain news. Like literally, y'all, there's people out there right now that I've never heard of, right? I think there was a guy that, what's his name, Tucker Carlson. I never heard this motherfucker, y'all. Everybody said this guy is a well-known uh, uh, news person for Good Day America or something like that. And I was like, I've never heard of this motherfucker until when people started talking about him interviewing Kanye West. And I was just like, that's some weird shit. I've never heard of this motherfucker at all. Never heard of him, never saw his name, never come out. And y'all, I was very much into that shit back in the day. Entertainment Tonight, Access, All Access, girl. So I was like, I know I'm not living in the Mandela effect, but once again, it goes into consciousness and it goes into your level of consciousness and your level of understanding. And when you're seeking out trouble, trouble will find you. When you're seeking out fear, fear will find you. Okay. And so, of course, I want to start with, first of all, acknowledging your scarcity thinking, right? Because, of course, this goes back to you not being enough, you not feeling like you have enough, you not feeling like, and before you even feel like you don't have enough, you feel like you're not enough because we show up to show out. Okay. We show up in our money, we show up in our health, we show up in our public lives, we show up in our private lives, we show up in whatever situation that we deal with. That's us showing up to that. So when you have a idea or thought of not being enough, my family always told me that I was overweight. My family always told me that I was not the prettiest one. My family always told me I was dumb. My family always called me this and that. And I'll speak from my own experience too, because I told you I had a nickname too, El Retardo. Okay, that's what they called me, bitch, because my thought process was a lot different than theirs. And now that we older, now they see the picture. Oh, come on in here. When I was a kid, they were like, damn, this bitch is really out there in space. So, bitch, I was picked on, I was bullied on, I was harassed, even by some family members. And now looking back, it's like, damn, girl, now you the one that's in the gutter, and look at me. You the one that's popping pain pills and psych pills, and look at me. Oh, come on in here. So we have to get out of we're not enough. We have to get out of we will never be the best husband, the best wife, the best daughter, the best son. And even if nobody ever tells you that you are the best or that you are enough, you have to believe that you are enough. It's not about getting validation in other people because remember, you are seeing in other people a reflection of what's going on in the inside. So when you are looking for people to validate your experience and who you are, that's you looking for your own validation. So you have to get past, once again, that you're not enough, which will eventually get over you do not have enough. Increasing your awareness on how your thoughts and beliefs of scarcity show up for you will definitely help you to recognize and to clear out this scarcity thinking in areas of your life that you're probably not even aware of. And of course, if you don't know what scarcity is, you can definitely Google that. Okay. So, of course, I want you to sit back for just a couple of seconds. You don't got to do this for long. I just want you to sit back for a couple of seconds, 2 minutes. Just give me 2 minutes of your time on each one of these things that I'm mentioning here. And of course, a notebook would also help. I want you to sit down and ground yourself, quiet your mind. Don't think about people, places, and things, money, jobs. Don't think about none of that in these 2 minutes. I want you to sit down and ground yourself. And I want you to think for a minute. And you can write this down if you're a writer, or you could just think about this, right? Use it as a mantra, okay? Repeat, I don't have enough blank. And see where your awareness comes up at. Because sometimes this awareness comes up in our hands. Okay, and this might sound crazy, but I tell y'all, the mental body, the physical body, the emotional body is all connected. When we have elements in the body, that is the emotional body and the mental body showing up and manifesting into the physical realm. So you don't have enough of blank. And where do you feel this at? You feel it at the top of your head. You feel it in your hands, your feet. You feel it in your back. Where do you feel this at? Where do you feel this at? And then after you notice where you feel this at, you're going to shake this off. And of course, I'm going to give you another exercise after this to help clear this out too. But once you realize what you don't have enough of, or even where you feel that at, I want you to think about or to write, okay? And we're going to take this negative, I don't have enough, and we're going to change this. And we're going to think, or we're going to write, what if I'm enough right now? What if I know that I'm doing the best I can with the tools and information that I have? How does it feel in your body of you telling yourself that? Or you seeing that being written out on a piece of paper? Once again, what if I'm enough for right now, right? Right now in this moment, in this present moment. Don't worry about the past. Don't worry about the future. Will I be a good wife? Will I be a good mother? Will I be a good father? Will I be a good husband? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about, well, my mama said I wasn't the best child. I used to drive for that. Don't worry about that. What if you are enough right now? Do you believe you are enough right now? What if I know I'm doing the best I can with the tools and information I have right now? Just ponder on that for a minute. Just ponder on that. What does it feel like? How does it feel? Do you feel lighter? Does it make you worry more? Because a lot of stuff comes up. And if you do this every day, like I said, and I encourage you to do this from now. We'll say 21 days. Do this for 21 days. Okay. Ask yourself those questions, write them down, and see what does it make you feel like. Okay. Do you feel lighter? Do you feel heavier? Maybe the headache you had is gone. Maybe the fear of what you thought would happen never came to pass. Maybe once again, it's just all of you inside of your head. Okay. Going into the next thing, and we know that fear deals with rewiring our brains, right? We know that fear is instilled in us, right? Fear, what is it? Um, it deals with illusion for sure. Okay, you know what the acronym of fear means. Imagining things that are not real, fearing something that's not real, something like that. Either way, we are instilled with fear. Like something happened, some experience happened. Maybe we're going through something, and in our perception, our conscious mind got locked up, or our subconscious mind got locked up. Either way, something happened. We also know that thoughts, okay, create things. We also know that thoughts could become habitual, right? And this is what we call brain wiring. What you're constantly doing, right? What do you do habitually? What is your thought process habitually? And so, as we are building awareness, right, of disconnections within our bodies, as we are building, okay, as we are building awareness on lack of or what we think we should have, but right now we probably not ready for it, or maybe we are ready for it, but we can't see past our own judgment of ourselves, right? We also pay attention through our thoughts, and we also become aware of how our habitual thoughts actually creates things, right? We know that decisions comes from thoughts. We know that choices come from thoughts. And so either way, changing the way you think and creating these negative or removing these negative thoughts and actually replacing them with positive ones or ones that can actually be beneficial to you will start to create some positive outcomes in your life. Maybe you'll start getting gifted everywhere you go. Who knows? I'm just saying. I think that everyone who's encountered me in person could say that we've been somewhere and we received gifts together. Like we've been somewhere, we've been to a grocery store, we've been to a gift market, and we've received gifts together. Like someone or something gave us something that we should have paid for free. Oh, come on in here. Because of course, once again, going into when you feel like you deserve, you will get more things that are deserving. Okay. So either way, these are going to be some exercises once again to help you to practice positive thinking, which will then rewire your brain into having healthy, positive thought patterns that will support not only your well being, but also help you to manifest during this full moon. Well, it's a little too late, but see, it doesn't matter. We have more full moons to come, more new moons to come. And this will help you to manifest what it is that you're trying to manifest. And even if it's not to manifest something materialistic, y'all, we know that health is wealth. Health is the most important thing that we fucking have, okay? Okay? It's good to have a car. It's good to have a house. It's good to have money in the bank. It's good to be able to spend when you want to be able to spend. But we know that without your health, none of that is important. So we want to change the way we think for our well being throughout all of our bodies. So we're going to go over once again how we think, okay? How we think, and when negative thoughts come up, how do they make you feel? So, of course, when you hear something negative, maybe someone has said it to you, but definitely you confirmed it by thinking it about yourself. When you thought about these um, negative aspects of self or negative thoughts, what came up, right? Right? What was these negative thoughts? What is the negative thought that you're thinking? That's what we're gonna identify first. What is the negative or the not so helpful thought that you're having? Then going into that, after you come together and you figure out what your negative thoughts are and the unhelpful thoughts, what was your beliefs behind that thought to make you think that? Who gave it to you? What position did they have in your life? What power? What stance did they have in your life when they gave you that and you actually affirmed it? Once again, when you say it back to yourself, you are affirming that. When someone call you ugly, when someone call you fat, when someone say you're nasty, when someone say you're not that bitch, and you repeat it back to yourself, even if you're thinking it, you are affirming it. This is why we rebuke it. We say, I rebuke that. That is not, that is not of the highest God. Girl, I've literally hung up in people's faces because they said shit. Where I was like, girl, we not in that. You in that, not we. Well, we as people, no, 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 no. Ain't no we as people, bitch. Bye. Okay? I ain't accepting that. Okay? So once again, what stance did this person, if they told you that, had in your life? Okay. And what was your beliefs behind that? Did you believe it, or was it something like, I don't believe it to be true? Going into the next one, okay, writing next to these negative thoughts, okay, or even saying out loud. For now on, I choose only helpful thoughts that support my well being. And you're going to write down how you're going to choose to change these negative thoughts. You're going to write down how you choose to think about the positive side of those thoughts, or how you choose to, the positive sides of those thoughts versus the negative side. So once again, going into bad body imagery, I'm big as hell. I need to slim down. No, right now you're healthy. Right now you're good where you're at, and you could definitely improve. Right now you may not have the finances. Oh God, I'm broke. Oh God, I wish I had more money to A, B, C, D, F, G. No, you have it right now, but it is inside of an account that you cannot have access to right now because you're actually preparing to pay down the debt you have. Whatever. Switch it up, write it down, be cute with it, be creative with it. It's all about you, yourself, and yourself. Okay. But anyway, once again, paying attention to the words that you speak about yourself, the thoughts you have about yourself, and how they make you feel. Because, I did this exercise years ago. Okay. I got an exercise like this from my psychologist. And literally, I noticed when I saw certain things where I was like, F love and also the good shit, I noticed how it made me feel, right? I noticed how I felt weird. Like I felt alien, if I may. I felt very, very uncomfortable. And so I stopped saying words like that. Okay. And of course, last but not least, processing fear. Okay. Processing fear. It is all within our mind. And once again, fear is an illusion, right? You are assuming something to be real, or you are assuming that something is going to happen, not knowing the facts, right? Not knowing that you have the power of right here and now to change the outcome of that. That's why we go even into readings and stuff. That is clarity. Nothing is written in stone, right? Nothing is written in stone. So when you get clarity on a situation, it is you having the ability to say, now I have access to this information. Now I've seen, or now I've heard what could possibly be the outcome. I choose to do something differently so that does not happen. Okay. I choose to do something different so that does not happen. Once again, going even into work. That's why we get the readings to see what we need to do. And now we actually do the manipulation of the energy to get this work done, to get a different outcome. Nobody gets a reading and say, oh my God, I'm seeing in 6 months that you're going to be in a fatal car accident. And we're just like, oh God, okay, I'm destined to have a car accident. Let's just let that happen. Like, no, now you're going to do everything in your power that you could possibly do to now protect yourself so that does not happen. Okay. So processing fear, acknowledging, you know, your power of right here, right now, your power and your ability of being able to make some changes and prevent things from going down. Okay. So, in order to, first of all, get rid of this, we have to, first of all, speak it out. We have to call it out. We have to, what they call, conjure it out. We know that conjuring, another word for conjuring will be summoning. So, we know that. One is that is speaking things out. So, of course, there are some affirmations that you could say, or, people say mantras, whatever, same thing. Okay, prayers, you know, if you don't feel comfortable saying, you know, you are this, you are that, maybe this ain't for you. But anyway, so we're going to, first of all, say this any way you want to say it. You can be creative with it. These are just some ideas. Once again, ground yourself. disconnect from person, places, and things, sit in a quiet place, and say out loud, through my mind, I allow fear to arise in my body. Through my mind, I recognize the sensation in my body and label them as fear. Through my body, I breathe in and out of the fear spaces in my body. Through my body and mind, I observe with curiosity how the breath creates space and shifts the presentation of fear in my body. We also know that breath also is energy that makes magic possible. A lot of people, once again, going into emotional disconnection, once again, going into doing magical things when we're not mentally and emotionally stable. Pay attention to your breaths. Pay attention to how you breathe. When the breathing is off, so is the motherfucking energy. Hello? Let's talk about it. Through my mind, I reinforce the truth that is in this very moment. I am safe. Through my mind, while remaining very grounded in my whole body, I allow the release of fear. Sit in that in a moment. Because maybe you're like, listen, I don't know where fear is. I don't know what I fear in this present moment. Maybe you're just, numbed, as they call it. Speaking these things out will definitely cause these fears to rise to the surface. Like I said, it's a lot deeper than what you think. You think your fear of flying, okay, if you've never flew before and you have a fear of flying, let's talk about it right now. There's a reason why you have a fear of flying. And it's not because you flew and you didn't like that experience, okay? There's a reason for this belief. And when you speak it out, it will arise and you will release it, okay? Going into after you've wallowed in that for a minute, right? It's kind of like mourning and shit. You allow yourself some time to grieve, okay? And then you say, bitch, after this, we got to get over this. Then you say, I am thankful for fear. And I'm thankful for all the ways that fear have protected me. Because fear is not always bad. We know that fear, going into my own experiences, have kept me out of a lot of fucked up situations when I was fearful. Like, what would the outcome possibly be? And I was right. Bitch, I didn't go. And it was a shot up house party. We talked about this before when I was a kid. The very first situation, y'all, there was a house party. We were supposed to be going to a house party, and my mama told us no. And we literally was gonna sneak out and go. And y'all, I was like, you know what? I don't think I want to go because, what happened if something happened? And that time our cousin was visiting, and they were like, ain't nothing gonna happen. You're just being paranoid. Y'all, I ended up not going. My siblings ended up not going, and literally two people at this party, one of the actual hosts and their cousin was shot and killed, and a lot of people were injured too. But two people were killed, and these are kids, y'all. These are kids, like teenagers. So fear at that moment saved my life because, of course, we could have went. Okay, we could have definitely went, honey. Especially being that curious ass motherfucker, I could have been like, you know what? Yeah, let's go. Yeah, fuck it. I'm afraid, but let's go. And bitch, who knows? That could have been my fatal situation. But anyway, my fatality. I forgive you, fear, for all the ways you have helped me limit myself. We know that we limit ourselves because of fear. Once again, not feeling like you're enough, not feeling like you're capable of being the best whore that you possibly can be, of being the best, pimp you possibly see. We got to start from the gutter and go on up. By being the best bum you possibly can be, you have limited yourself with fear. Like, damn, what happened if I A, B, C, D, E, F, G and I lose all this? I have people that I know that I'm not going to say, but I know that literally have been limiting themselves financially all these years to where they're looking like a bum because they're afraid, like, oh, I don't want to make more money than this because I'm afraid that A, B, C, D, F, G is going to happen. It's like, okay, you can't think that way, honey. Next, I no longer need you, fear, so I lovingly release you. This gives you great power in knowing that once again, you have the power of here and now. You have the ability to prevent or to change the outcome of situations. And I know people say that some things are out of our control, but you can have that and claim that you're spiritual. Like you can have it both ways. You know, they say you can have your cake and eat it too. You spiritual, you're powerful, you know energy, you know you're gifted, you're a chosen one, or you're not. What's going on? Okay. We know that sometimes life throws us lemons, but in that bad situation, there's good that come out of it. We mentioned before recently, what a year ago something happened. And good came out of that. Okay. A lot of good. Okay, come on in here. And last but not least, from now on, I acknowledge fear when it arises and I'm open to love. We know that love counteracts fear. We also know that love is knowledge. We know that love is experience. We know that through love is when we gain great insight on ourselves. So we are open to love and we will acknowledge fear when it arises. Now, of course, after you've done this exercise, it should be done every day for 21 days. Now you are going to write down how you felt after doing these exercises. How does your body feel? How does your mind feel? Okay. How did you feel when this is all said and done? What was going through your mind while you were doing it? What experiences popped up for you that you probably don't even remember? You know, how did this exercise benefit you? Doing these three exercises that I mentioned right now will be very beneficial to you here, right now, and in years and decades to come. Okay, we're speaking longevity over here, honey. Come on in here. Ow! Yes, honey. We speaking longevity and peace over here, honey. Come on in here. Yes, honey. Jay. Yes, honey. Hello, Mr. Yeah, we turned out well. Come on in. That's right, Norma. Wait, what part of Florida hurricane messing up? Tampa, Fort Myers, and all that. There we go. Fort Myers, but Sanibel was leveled. The hurricane took out the bridge to and out of the island. They were stuck. The only way to get out was by boat. I heard that. Norma, how did you fare with hurricane? I believe Orlando, Florida got hit too. But the worst was Sanibel and Fort Myers. They were underwater sad. Mm-mm-mm. I want to know what's going on over there. No, but come on in here, Larry. Yes, honey, Larry. We're great. Larry, we didn't get hit too bad here in Odessa. We got a lot of wind, but hardly no damage. Did you get hit there too? I know that's right, honey. Come on here, Lady K. I know that's right. I know that's right. But we're good in Plantation, Florida. What kind of city name is that? Plantation, Florida. I heard that. What type of plantation they had over there? No plan. Ow! I have a girlfriend that lives in Plantation. Glad to hear you're okay. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Literally, that part, the mental emotional work it takes to maintain your best state. You almost forget the work that you put in. Like, it's just always been that way. You said it. And this is why you got to also cut out person, place, and things that trigger you to go back before you did the work. Okay? And some people be taking it personal. But I'm like, listen, I can't hold you accountable for your own negligence. I cannot make you do something you don't want to do. So, with that being said, I choose to relinquish my energy. I choose to recall my energy back to self. And I choose to stay over here and then give to those who wants to be given upon, okay? Who wants to be given to. Okay. Because I just don't have the time, the space, or the energy in this present moment, honestly, to go back and forth with people about things that they should be doing. Um, years ago, that was my raw ruha. Yes, honey, this is my tea. I'm here to fight people for people. Yeah, honey, I'm not about to sit here and fight with you and cuss you out and read you the fuck down on shit you should be doing. I even think someone mentioned this year, like I've noticed lately, you have not really, drilled into me that I should be getting or I should be A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I'm like, yeah, because I realized that you don't want it. If you want to, struggle and be broke, that's your story, not mine. But I also don't want that energy over here. So don't get upset or don't think that there's something fishy and funny going on when I choose to not really deal with you every day, or I choose not to connect with you, or I don't want to hang out with you. Because once again, we all choose our own destiny. And baby, it's about floating and not sinking. Okay. And the only reason why boats and stuff is able to float because of buoyancy, right? Buoyancy is what they say. But there's a whole science behind that too. And so if things are a little off, now the whole fucking ship is sinking. Okay, let's say a hole get in a damn ship. Now the ship is gonna fucking sink, and baby, you will be that hole. Okay, I think that birds of a feather flock together, and I think there's a good reason for that. Like it takes a lot to keep ships going, and if you cannot keep your own relationship together with your stuff going, then you do not have the tools or the energy or whatever the hell you say you got to help us out, right? To benefit both of us in our relationship. So it's like, no, thank you, honey. So, like I said, you have to cut people off when people are not wanting, uh, you know, to get there. And I know some people feel that way too. Like, and I never took this. I think out of everybody who tried to help me out in my past, I took it from one person, like they wanted me to be just like them, like one person, but they literally was like telling me what to buy. Like, you should get these shoes, you should get these clothes. So I took it as, okay, they want me to be just like them. But everybody else who was giving me like financial advice and who was maybe tapped in and they saw some things coming, because the fear that people are having about things, you know them not being able to afford things in the future. I don't have that fear for myself. I know that whatever comes, prices raising, I know that the spirit of God and the universe will bless me with finances to be able to survive that, and to get what I need to get. But in the past, I've saw people, like, if you keep up with what you think keep up, then you're gonna have experiences and you're gonna be struggling. And I'm seeing this. And now that we're moving forward 2 years, 3 years, post pandemic, whatever, during pandemic, however people see it, now people are like, oh my God, I'm afraid that ABC is just going to happen. They're telling us that we need to start stocking up. And I'm just like, listen, this is the same thing I was speaking of 2 years ago. If you would have been working your ass off when the pandemic first hit, you wouldn't have to be worried about that right now. You wouldn't have to be worried about it if things went up $4 or $5, honey. Okay, you wouldn't have to be worried about that if you would have been working your ass off, bitch. But you didn't give a fuck, and now you living in that. Oh my God, oh my God. No, thank you. Not over here. No, thank you, honey. I need you to. I need you. If something was to happen, I need you to connect with other people like yourself, honey. I've been working hard. Like, honey, you are not going to be using me as a floater. No, thank you, honey. Uh-uh. I think even recently someone asked me too, like, if things get to the worst, can we get together? Can we stack up together? And at that moment, I say yes, but I start thinking to myself like, no, because that's wishful thinking right there. That's a spell. Like, you're already dooming yourself to not be successful. You're already speaking over yourself to have something bad come to you. I don't need that over here, honey. You better go find somebody that think like you, honey. No, no, ma'am, honey. No, ma'am. Anyway, yes, honey. Sending all my love to the Floridians. I know that's right, honey. Tucker is a fame fetching newscaster. See, never heard of Tucker. Never heard of Tucker until literally I saw a blogger talking about Kanye West's video where he got interviewed. And they were like, he got interviewed by Tucker tonight. And I was like, The fuck is Tucker tonight? So I'm sitting there Googling Tucker tonight, and I'm just like, girl, where did this man come from? Never heard of him. But I don't be checking on shit like that. Okay. Very similar to, people like, oh, did you hear about, this and that and this and that? Like I told you, I don't pay attention to shit that does not serve me. Okay. I know how news and bloggers are meant to do mind control. This is why certain news stories get pushed out more. People who talk about certain topics get pushed out more on YouTube and other platforms than people who talk about real shit. People that talk about real shit, they stay small. They never become nothing really like that. But people who are on that fuckery shit, that fake shit, that, oh, today, y'all, I'm gonna show you how to do this and that. And it's just like, girl, how beneficial is this really? How beneficial is this really? How beneficial is this really? Like, we're feeding paranoia energy. We're feeding. Anyway, I'm not getting into that. I need to hear this message. I know that's right, Lady K. Come on there, honey. I feel assured. Yes, honey. Feel assured. Come on in here, Joey. Come here, Grand Madam. Yes, honey. I was worried about you down there with Hurricane Ian. I know that's right. Ow. Grand Madam and Joey. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Ow. Let me see. It said restart your computer for the update. Anyway, presence and fulfillment. I know that's right, honey. I was driving while listening to you. I will rewatch. Thank you so much, honey. And that's actually my cue right there. Spirit comes in at perfect timing. That spirit telling me it's time for me to get on the road. On the road again. Y'all, today's the full moon, y'all. I was a girl. I was going to be running my errands and do what I have to do and try to be home by 4 p.m. But y'all, look at God. It's about to be 2 o'clock, girl. There's no way I'm going to be back in 2 hours. God damn. God damn. I got to go by the Botanica. I got to make my way over to Joann's. I got to run my ass over to Target. After I leave Target, I got to go get me something to eat. I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't know. Chipotle sound good. I don't know. I'm not sure. I want some chicken tenders or something dipped in some hot spiciness. I don't know. Something sound good right now. I don't know what sound good. I don't know if I want to go get a salad. I got some from the Habit. I got some char tickets, honey. Miss Thing tried it. I showed her to pay my purchase and or purchase my motherfucking shit. And the bitch gonna tell me that the card reader was down and she's gonna say it all loud and shit like, excuse me, do you have another form of payment? And I said, why that payment worked just fine. And she said, well, it's not reading. So girl, all these wealthy white folks looking around at me like, oh, look at this broke ghetto black bitch. And I said, ma'am, you know what? I'll just go to another Habit. I stormed to that vehicle, y'all. I was so upset, y'all. I reached out to the Habit and I said, let me tell you one goddamn thing. And let me tell Susan, Eddie, Jesse, and Margaret. Okay, those the managers and the fucking cashier. Let me tell them something. That the next time that a payment ain't going through allegedly because of something obvious, y'all. First of all, the strip on my debit card was dissolved. And I didn't see it until when they kept trying to swipe. And I'm like, wait a minute. That shit is dissolved. Girl, bye. So I'm like, let me go ahead and call the ass right now. So I put in a complaint. Bitch, wasn't trying to get no free char tickets, girl. And they gave me a motherfucking char ticket. Who you doing? They gave me 2 char tickets, bitch. So I'm like, maybe I should go cash in on a char tickets and get me a Santa Barbara char, girl, with cheese. And get me a Santa Barbara Cobb salad. And get me a mango lemonade. Oh no, give me something nice and good. I don't know. Maybe I'll give me some 10-piece chicken bites with some boom sauce. I don't know. I don't know, girl. Maybe I'll give me some tempura green beans. I don't know. So they have thought of everything in Eastern practices. India has these 3 goddesses who represent desire, the momentum behind the desire, and the fulfillment of that desire. Like, damn, I know that's right, honey. I know that's right, honey. I know that's right. Entire trios of deities who function as literary manifestation. I know that's right. I know exactly who you're talking about too. I know exactly who and what you're talking about. Come on in here. Shout out to the Hindu system, okay? Al. Listen, y'all. I'm gonna go now, y'all. Okay, y'all. Just want to stop by here, leave y'all with some tea, y'all. Don't forget Midnight Metanoia, y'all, coming on in 2.5 hours, baby. Okay, Midnight Metanoia is 2 hours from now, you all. Okay, see you there, at B Square. And y'all, when I tell y'all, bitch, it took me oh girl, y'all. I said, let me listen. I said, let me go home and do Midnight Metanoia. Let me edit this video, right? To put the intro in and all sorts of good shit. Y'all, this video is like 25 minutes long. But literally, it took 2.5 hours to edit it because the file was so large. I had to shrink the file down and then to send the file from the tablet to the computer. Oh my God, girl. Y'all, I did not go to bed until when the announcement got put on here. One something. I started at 10:03 p.m. last night. I made me some food and I said, bitch, let me sit down and do this. So you do the calculation. I think I posted on here at 110. So 10, 11, 12, 1. Bitch, 3 hours, y'all. I said, girl, it's some work. It's some work, honey. It's some work. And as simple as it is, okay, it may be presented simple, but it's some fucking work, man. It's some fucking work. Okay. Anyway, I've had a strong connection with that system lately. I've turned to Metanoia. Okay. Oh, you'll be tuned to Metanoia. I know that's right, honey. Listen, go. Today's episode is a good one. Okay, hello, and there's something else I'm gonna be doing too very very soon because it's just been speaking so loudly to me, y'all, so loudly to me, so loudly, y'all. And maybe we'll come back tonight and talk about. I don't know. Maybe we'll come back Monday, Tuesday. I don't know, y'all. Anyway, y'all. Bye for now, y'all. Love and light, and of course, happy full moon in Aries and Libra, y'all. It's about manifesting. How you manifesting, y'all? Who you manifesting with? Huh? Okay. Anyway, y'all. Bye for now. Love and light. Mwah.